GTA 6 news. Now, GTA 6 just got some exciting news, and here at Level Gaming, we're breaking it all down. As you guys know, there was a Take-Two investors meeting, and we got a ton of details revealed, including the definitive release date and when the production of the game started. Now that GTA 6 has finally gotten its second trailer, and with the May release date inching closer, there has been a ton of gameplay news that released, both from the inside sources to continued analysis of the new trailer and the leaked build from several years ago. Today, we're going to be diving into all of those new gameplay details about GTA 6 that have been uncovered recently, including a major update to the GTA 6 mapping project. Now that we have more details about the game, just how huge is GTA 6 going to be? We're going to cover all of that and more, so make sure to stay until the end of the video for some pleasurable viewing. Let's first talk about the release date for GTA 6. As I'm sure all of you guys know, the current release date for GTA 6 is May 26, 2026. Which means it's roughly a year away from release at this point. However, we've been hearing some reports over the last week or so that another delay might be imminent. I know! The delay from 2025 to 2026 was pretty predictable since Rockstar and Take-Two were well over 4 months into the year without announcing a date, so their writing was on the wall for that one. But there are still few things about the current release date that are still a tad bit suspicious and kind of kill my confidence a little bit. However, there are some new comments from Strauss Zelnick that might shift me over to the side of, yeah, it's releasing in May. So for starters, the game still hasn't gotten any pre-orders listed, which is a little weird for a game with a solid release date. So on one hand, Rockstar did put an exact release date on the game and they've confirmed the release platforms, but on the other hand, they're not willing to accept pre-orders for it just yet, which is, kind of obvious. But them giving us like a concrete promise to the new date with a pre-order would certainly be like almost definite proof that the new date is actually real. Now, you could say that they're just waiting until the release date is closer to open up the pre-orders, or maybe they're just trying to hide that $100 price tag for as long as possible. Ching! But I'm not sure I agree. It also doesn't help that several insiders like Jason Schreier said that the game needs more time to polish and that Rockstar isn't 100% sure that the delay to May is going to be enough time to get everything up to their standards. However, this brings us to our next report, and this is from IGN. They interviewed Strauss Zelnick. Now, the article says back in February, they asked Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick how confident he was about hitting GTA 6's then fall 2025 release window. He said he felt really good about it, but then in a previous Take-Two Interactive investors meeting, he reaffirmed the 2025 release date. But obviously that changed because GTA 6 was delayed to May 26 of 2026. Now the IGN interviewer then said, what changed in those few months? That's what I asked Zelnick in an interview to coincide with Take-Two's just published financial results. He said that as GTA 6 got closer to launch, the need for more polish became clear, and I quote, "As we got closer to the completion of a title that's seeking perfection, the needs or lack thereof for continued polish became clear. In this case, there was an opportunity with a small amount of incremental time, we thought, to make sure that Rockstar Games achieves its creative vision with no limitations, and I supported, of course, that approach." Strauss then said, "I feel really good about how fiscal 26 looks sitting here today. And while of course delays pain me, how could they not, the most important thing to do is to support your teams in their search for perfection." To which IGN then followed up with a question, how confident are you that Rockstar will hit the May 26 of 2026 release window? To which Strauss Zelnick said, "This time around, I think historically when we set a specific date, generally speaking, we've been very good about reaching it." Boom, mic drop right there. Which, to his defense, historically speaking, when Rockstar does put a release date on their games, they typically hit those release dates. Now, it is only worth mentioning that, things could change. There's still a year left in development, which that's obviously going to be mostly polished, but Strauss Zelnick seemed confident. Again, he's just kind of doing that same song and dance that he always does. So I think the question of whether or not GTA 6 gets delayed, it's still to be determined. Like, honestly, I think them delaying the game to like September or October is still possible. Like, I don't think we're going to have a situation where another delay happens and the game gets pushed back to like 2027, but I can definitely see Rockstar moving the release date from May of 2026 back to September or possibly October. After all, it's kind of their nature to push their games back 3 or 4 times prior to release to give us a proper polished copy. But again, to Strauss Zelnick's point, now that they have a definitive release date, they typically don't deviate from that. So, yay! Another thing that we learned from the Take-Two investors meeting was actually regarding when the development started for GTA 6. Now, which for me, it's not really surprising news, but to some people, it might be shocking. Alright? It was confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 began development in earnest in 2020, following the massive success of Red Dead Redemption 2. And then they said that the title is the most anticipated entertainment property of all time. You heard that right. So yeah, this is just them further confirming that the development of GTA 6 didn't start until Red Dead Redemption 2's release. So for those of you that thought that GTA 6 started development after GTA 5, that is of course not true at all. But it is a bit weird that they didn't start development until 2020. You would think that development would start right after Red Dead Redemption 2 released in 2018. I feel like there might be a little bit of missing context here. Maybe Strauss is talking about like the full production started in 2020, but the pre-production started right after Red Dead Redemption 2 released. And then they took the next 2 years to kind of plan and map out everything that they wanted to do. I mean, it's a massive game, right? So then production started officially in 2020. Now, another possibility is that after they took the 2 years after Red Dead Redemption 2's release date to upgrade the engine, obviously they used a proprietary in-house engine called the Rage engine. And there was some pretty massive upgrades from Red Dead Redemption 2 to GTA 6. So that's kind of what I'm guessing is the situation behind it. Like, they took the 2 years, they got the pre-production started, they got the engine upgrades done, and then in 2020, they were able to start firing in all cylinders. Whoa. Which is actually even crazier to think about. That 2021 leak in September, that was such an early build of the game, and it already looked amazing. Only a year into development. Like, what? That's actually crazy to think about. And then to see the leap between trailer 1 to trailer 2, like, that's absolutely wild that they were able to do that in such a short amount of time. So now I want to talk about how huge GTA 6 is going to be. So for a quick recap, for those of you that might be out of the loop, the GTA 6 mapping project is something that's been going on for years now. It's an ongoing prediction of the GTA 6 map using things like official trailers, promotional material, as well as the in-development footage that leaked a few years ago. And every day that passes, we get an idea of just how huge this game is going to be. The most recent edition of the mapping project was released very recently, and it gives us a good idea of how massive the play space we're about to be getting for GTA 6 once it finally drops. I mean, obviously, there will be the main hub of Vice City, based on one of Rockstar's highest spending Vice City, where most of the gameplay will take place in the main story. But Vice City is just a very small part of the overall map, which will seemingly span across most of the Leonida State, Florida, as well as possible some of the neighboring Gloriana State up north. Vice City is going to be the coastal city on the east side of the map, but down at the southernmost part of the map will be another main hub called Leonida Keys. Key Largo, Key West, the Florida Keys, guys, come on. That looks like it's going to be another very populated and busy section of the game. Now, in the western part of the map, there will be a major area called Port Gellhorn that will be a little bit less populated than some of the major cities, but still an important landmass. I don't think people realize how big Port Gellhorn is going to be. Now, the northern parts of the map will be tons of mountain ranges and a massive lake for all of us to mess around in. Now, the mapping project obviously isn't finished, so there's still a lot of open space connecting the major areas. But with the sheer size of this map, there is certainly going to be a lot of quiet driving ranges connecting you from place to place, which is pretty accurate to real life. And it's not like Rockstar previous games didn't have a ton of open spaces as well. But I think it's obvious that the blank spaces on the map project will inevitably get filled up a little bit more as we see and learn more about the game. But I mean, just how the map is right now, I would really be happy and excited with exactly how it is. Just give it to us. Especially considering what we've heard about the building interiors for GTA 6. According to several leaks and side reports, GTA 6's map is going to feature a ton of building interiors, far more than we've ever seen in a GTA game before, which will obviously greatly increase the amount of playable space in this game. You can go into people's places and see them. There are roughly 449 building interiors in GTA 5, and according to some sources, GTA 6 is going to have roughly 40% more of its overall building be enterable, which is going to be absolutely insane. This game is going to have literal thousands of buildings across the map. So if the ratio of enterable to not enterable buildings is going to be 40% or even higher than 40%, you could probably imagine just how many buildings that's going to be once this game comes out. Too many. Or not any. No, not enough. GTA 6 is going to be like 3 entire open world maps smashed into one, and it's all going to be put together with an insane attention to detail and immersion that Rockstar is known for. So let's just hope the loading times aren't also 40% longer than GTA 5, but only time will tell. Now, aside from the inside sources and mapping projects, we actually have quite a bit more about GTA 6's map from the official website, which has confirmed several different biomes through official screenshots and videos. Obviously, we're going to get Vice City as the main metropolitan area, and we're definitely going to have a few beaches and suburbs. But we also know for sure there's going to be some deserts, mountains, plains, and wetlands as well. You know those Florida big fan vehicles? Yeah. So even if you don't buy into the map and project's depiction of the play area, Rockstar themselves have shown off so many different locations already through official promotional material that the map is going to have to be huge to accommodate everything. So no matter what, this game is going to be absolutely gigantic, and I have no doubt that it will be the biggest Rockstar open world game to date. It might not be the biggest world in gaming history, but it's absolutely going to be gigantic. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up with this video. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoy this. Subscribe with your notifications turned on, so you're not missing out on any future gaming news. And until next time, this is Level Gaming. We'll catch you on the next one.